I'm not gonna lie, I have never seen Creed the first movie until today. Yeah, that is crazy. I watched Creed 2 and Creed 3, but never the first one, which is weird. I was planning on watching Creed 1 when as anticipation for Creed 3, but I didn't have much time for it. But thanks to MGM 100th anniversary, I decided to go do one for Creed. And I actually really like this movie. First off, for two main reasons. One um it does something different to start Creed's journey, which is it shows like the origin of him becoming a boxer because this will be kind of spoilage because I had to talk about those reasons, why I like two things I like about the movie. Um, it starts out where with Adonis being in a home group, and Marianne decides to adopt him and tells Adonis that he is the son of Apollo Creed, who was killed in Rocky 4. And he first was working as a local worker, but decided to quit his job and watched something on YouTube and noticed his father boxing and decides to repeat it. And he decides to become the boxer, following the footsteps of his father, which is very interesting, a very awesome way for reason for Adonis to become a boxer. And then during Rocky, the restaurant that Rocky usually goes to, he Adonis meets up with Rocky and tells him about that he is his son and tries and convinces Rocky to train him, but Rocky was kind of a nah. And then Adonis decided to go to boxing gyms, one for at first with Paulo, and then one for the Italian stallion Rocky, which is the one that he trains on. And then he meets up with the singer Bianca, played by Tessa Thompson, and they share the chemistry. They're like the new Rocky and Adrian, which is interesting, and um, and that's what I really like about it. Is like it shows like the full story of like the origin of Adonis becoming a boxer, unlike the original, which it already established that Rocky is a boxer and meets up with Adrian, and then later trains for it and challenge Apollo. And this one is the origin of it. And really, the second thing I like about the movie is Rocky Balboa in the movie. Not only Sylvester Stallone brings an amazing performance as Rocky, as well as becoming the new coach for Adonis. But there are some very huge dramatic elements to the character now, which is he has lost everyone he knew for many movies, as because Paulie's now gone and Robert has moved on to Vancouver. And but halfway through, things got a little dramatic both for Rocky and Adonis, which is that he started to face health issues and started hospitalized and got diagnosed with cancer, but refused to get more help, which caused Adonis to feel anger and kind of feel a little depressed about it, and that's why he had a hard time with like the his YV opponent before fighting him, and had a brief fight with Tessa Thompson. But then Rocky Balboa, however, decides to go to the hospital to get fixed, and Donis gets trained and to fight his opponent. And yes, it's very heavy for to see Rocky like this. It's like one of like the greatest movie boxer of all time, having some drama to the character in a heavy way in terms of health problems. And Michael B. Jordan does a great job as Adonis. He really feels like he could have been like Apollo's son, and both Michael and Carl had a good match together. He feels like a younger version of him, and and then we go to the boxing fight between uh Donis and the other opponent. At first it didn't go so well because he was beating Adonis and kinda passed out. But when he saw Apollo's flashback, he got up as if he was possessed and starts to attack his opponent, but a split decision happened and the opponent wins. But he decides to let Adonis finish and the winning element split decision and gives a wonderful speech about the family and what would have been like if Apollo was around, what he would tell him about it. And that was pretty awesome and way to end the movie. And also when Rocky and Adonis were at the Philadelphia's ladders, which is super iconic and amazing to see. And honestly, I was kind of surprised for how much a little more blood was on the boxing match, especially since this was PG-13. It's the only film PG-13 was Rocky 5. The other ones were PG. But that's kind of not much saying much. But yeah, some of the dramatic elements of Creed they work well. So yeah, so that's my Metro Goldwyn May 100 Years of Entertainment review for Creed, released in 2015.